One of the questions that people have always had about war elephants in history is why exactly did the West stop using war elephants, and why did the East continue to use war elephants going all the way until almost the 1900s? Well, the short is, tactically in the West, it wasn't viable anymore. One needs to understand that while yes, war elephants could be incredibly effective in battle if used right, and against an opponent that didn't really know how to handle them, you could absolutely crush the people in front of you, or in most cases, the best cases, scare the enemy away so that they couldn't even fight in the first place. However, that is like the best case scenario, and even if that's how it initially goes, people eventually learn how to deal with elephants. That is exactly what happened with Rome and the Roman Empire. Yeah, in the beginning, when the Romans were first fighting against elephants, it didn't really go very well for them, but they very quickly learned to strategize and how to deal with them to a point that elephants all across this field of conflict really just stopped being very useful. In the case of Southeast Asia, on the other hand, you have a much less professional force, with the elites of society, if they can afford it, riding on the backs of elephants to fight against other people that are also on the backs of elephants, while the majority then of the infantry are just levy peasants that are not standard professional fighters who can learn to strategize in the same way as professional soldier. This is the way that Southeast Asia would fight for basically 1,000 years until it gets to the gunpowder age, and yes, that is basically a giant hand cannon on the back of an elephant called a jingle, which basically sounds like it's a ringtone for death. But hey, if you want to hear more of the full history on war elephants, you should check out my podcast, The History of Everything.